Welcome to your assignment. You are now the Communications Manager for Apple, tasked with designing a 15-slide training guide for UK store managers. Before we write a single word of content, we need to secure your grade. The marking rubric applies strict formatting rules, and missing them will result in an automatic failure. First, your submission must remain entirely anonymous. Do not put your personal name or contact details anywhere on the document. You will only use your student reference number, or SRN, to identify your work. Second, you must submit this presentation as a single PDF document. Crucially, this PDF must be exported so that your speaker notes are visible alongside the slides. If the grader cannot read your notes, they cannot evaluate your analysis. Third, the very first page of your PDF must be the BPP coursework cover sheet. You need to complete the AI usage declaration and attach your AI prompts in the appendix if you use them, and verify that your total word count sits under the strict 3,500 word limit. Clearing these administrative hurdles guarantees your document makes it to the marker intact. Now we can start building the strategy. For Task 1, you will draft the first 3 to 5 slides of your guide. Because this is an Apple-branded document, your visual presentation requires a highly professional corporate aesthetic. To avoid a wall of text, apply the 5-5-5 rule. Limit yourself to 5 bullet points per slide and 5 words per line. Use this minimalist structure to define the Apple Store Manager's core duties: customer experience, team leadership, and driving sales. Next, provide specific, realistic scenarios. Describe what happens when a manager needs to handle a difficult customer escalation on the floor, or how they rally a retail team before a massive hardware launch. Once the scenarios are set, apply the 3-step writing process. Explain exactly how this specific framework helps a manager analyze, compose, and complete their response to those daily communication hurdles. By pairing real-world retail scenarios with a formal diagnostic framework, you establish the academic foundation for the rest of your training guide. Moving into Task 2, your next set of slides will focus on execution. You need to outline the exact communication strategies required to deliver routine, positive, and negative messages. This matrix shows when a manager should rely on verbal instructions, nonverbal cues, or written messages. Then break down persuasion, how a manager builds credibility through ethos, connects emotionally through pathos, and provides clear reasoning through logos. You then need to explain the boundaries of these tools. Detail exactly how a manager can use persuasion to motivate their retail team while maintaining strict ethical standards and transparency. For Task 3, bring the theory back to the floor. Take the communication skills you just explained and directly apply them to solve the specific manager challenges you outlined in Task 1. Explain exactly how applying good business etiquette, like active listening and proper tone, de-escalates tension and resolves workplace conflicts effectively. This graph illustrates the ultimate goal of your guide: measurable results. Your final slides must describe the positive outcomes of these skills, such as higher employee retention rates, better collaboration, and improved store performance. Clear communication builds the team cohesion and operational clarity necessary for tangible business growth. To meet the rigorous academic requirements, we must look behind the slides. The bulk of your word count belongs hidden in the speaker notes. Structure these notes carefully. Use bold headings and organized bullet points so the marker can easily navigate your arguments. While your slides remain brief and visual, your speaker notes will contain the academic heavy lifting. This is where you fully explain the 3-step writing process and analyze the nuances of your retail scenarios. Every claim and theoretical framework you include must be supported by evidence. You are required to use the strict Harvard referencing system for all external sources. Place your brief in-text citations directly on the relevant slides. Then, compile your complete reference list and place it on the very last slide of your presentation. Think of the presentation slides as the sleek exterior of an Apple product. The speaker notes are the internal engine that proves your technical understanding to the grader. The final step is preparing your document for Turnitin. If you export the file incorrectly, your notes will vanish. When you save your presentation, navigate to your print or export settings. You must explicitly ensure the toggle to include speaker notes is selected before generating the PDF. Open that newly generated file. Verify that the BPP cover sheet appears as page 1, and check that your notes are clearly visible beneath every single slide. Finally, check your total word count one last time. Ensure you sit securely under the 3,500 word maximum, keeping in mind that your contents table and bibliography do not count toward this limit. By pairing disciplined visual design with rigorous academic support in your notes, you have exactly what you need to deliver a top-tier communication guide. Good luck.